Hello, my name is Brandon Beaber, and I'm going to be talking about the advancement of artificial intelligence. So what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is any computer system built to perform a task that would normally require human intelligence. Although this idea has been around for a while, no one truly took action until about the 1940s, when a man named Alan Turing changed the world. Turing decided to focus purely on the intelligent aspect of humans, and not worry about embodiment. This may seem like an obvious thought, but before computers there was no effective way to represent and analyze data. By breaking its ties with biology, artificial intelligence was able to advance rapidly. As artificial intelligence advanced, so did many other subfields of computer science. This caused some confusion, because many people mistake thinking machines for artificially intelligent ones. Although a thinking machine might mimic human thought, it does not mimic human intelligence. Artificial intelligence is just like a thinking machine with one special feature, and that is that artificial intelligence will alter the way it thinks or solves a problem based on solutions to similar problems it has encountered. The idea is to create a machine that will improve as it functions, just like humans. An example of a thinking machine would be something like a calculator. Although it can automatically solve math problems similar to that of a human, it will only ever be able to solve equations which it was already programmed to solve. Another good example would be something like a machine that was used to replace a human on an assembly line. A good example of an artificially intelligent machine would be a machine that was used to replace a human on a job, such as video security monitoring. In this case, it would be impossible to program the machine to look for every possible type of crime. So rather, the machine will just begin to realize what is normal behavior, and then it will be able to alert individuals whenever there's unusual behavior, just as a human would. So there are three major breakthroughs which have allowed artificial intelligence to really advance rapidly. The first is parallel computing. Parallel computing is the idea of breaking a problem into smaller independent problems and then solving them simultaneously. Not only does this speed up overall computation, but it particularly benefits artificial intelligence. This is because many artificial intelligent algorithms solve problems by relying on one another, as well as the system as a whole. Without it, artificial intelligence would likely come to a standstill. The next major breakthrough in artificial intelligence was the access to big data. Big data is structured and unstructured data that is either too large or moving too fast to be processed as a whole. Big data is essentially the food to an artificially intelligent machine. Without it, the machine would never grow and learn. One inspirational interaction occurred when Wired writer Kevin Kelly asked Larry Page, who is the co-founder and current CEO of Google, "Larry, I still don't get it. There are so many search companies. Web search for free? Where does that get you?" Larry simply responded by saying, "Oh, we're really making an AI." With access to as much data and information as Google receives daily, they may someday help create the ultimate artificially intelligent machine. So lastly, and probably the most obvious advancement breakthrough to artificial intelligence, is simply better algorithms. Artificial intelligent algorithms such as fuzzy systems, particle swarm, ant colony optimization, and neural networks are arguably the only reason that artificial intelligence even exists in real-life practice, opposed to simply theory. Algorithms like these have shortened tasks that normally take hours and days down to seconds and minutes. Using these advanced algorithms, artificial intelligence has done some pretty amazing things in the field of both medicine and criminal justice. In the field of medicine, artificial intelligence has been used to diagnose things such as mesothelioma and lung disease. Mesothelioma is a tumor of the serous membrane and is generally caused by high levels of exposure to asbestos. To diagnose mesothelioma, artificial immune systems, or AIS, are used. AIS uses observed immune functions, theoretical immunology, mechanisms, and principles to answer complex medical questions. To diagnose mesothelioma, these AIS systems use antibody counts in order to determine whether an individual does or does not have mesothelioma. Artificial intelligence comes into play because as the system performs diagnosis, they gain knowledge through observed immune functions, allowing them to adapt. AIS can diagnose mesothelioma with a 97% accuracy. In addition to diagnosing mesothelioma, artificial intelligence has also been used to diagnose lung disease. To diagnose lung disease, computer-aided diagnostic systems, or CADs, are used. This measures lung intensity values by using thresholding, background removal, and hole filling, which essentially just extracts lung volume. These results can then be evaluated using lung image databases to determine the diagnostic results. This diagnosis procedure gives results with 96% accuracy, which is extremely important considering how common lung disease has become. In addition to this, artificial intelligence has also advanced evidence-based medicine. Evidence-based medicine is the idea of making decisions about a specific patient's medical process based solely off of current best evidence. The purpose is to remove all bias from the medical process by making decisions which are based strictly off of available knowledge opposed to a doctor's opinion. Evidence-based medicine actually hit a slump because with today's medical systems, there was actually too much data to be analyzed. Artificial intelligence has been used to resolve this issue. By using artificial intelligence, these vast amounts of data can actually be analyzed. Rather than looking at all the data for every single patient at once, artificial intelligence only looks at current data, making progress based off what is currently proven to give positive results. So rather than looking at all the data all the time, artificially intelligent systems generally look at pieces of information once, but actually adapt and learn because of them, making them more accurate as they function. One of the first evidence-based medical systems to use artificial intelligence is called CIST. CIST was used to help people who suffer from heart failure. It is used to diagnose and treat patients by comparing their particular situation to similar cases in the past. CIST did this by representing a patient as a graph, which displays cause and effect of symptoms as well as attributes of that patient. Artificial intelligence is key because it allows the system to adapt over time rather than having to be reprogrammed when it encounters a new circumstance. CIST's methods have pioneered the way for many future systems. In addition to medicine, artificial intelligence has also played a key role in advancing criminal justice. An example of this is using artificial intelligence to detect all types of fraud. Fraud is knowingly making false claims in order to gain something of value to get an unfair and unlawful advantage, and has become a serious issue both worldwide from both a personal and corporate perspective. One popular artificial intelligence system used to detect fraud is anomaly detection. Anomaly detection works by assuming that fraudulent actions deviate from normal user and system functionality. Because it is an artificial intelligence machine, it becomes more accurate as it gathers samples of non-fraudulent actions. Since fraud is attempted in so many different ways, it's not really plausible to try and create a system to look for specific types of fraud. But because non-fraudulent actions are often very similar, by being able to understand what a non-fraudulent action is, the system doesn't need to know anything about fraud. This is because anything that does not fit into the non-fraudulent category will default to being considered fraudulent. Anomaly systems have been used to detect nearly every type of fraud there are. Besides fraud, artificial intelligence has been used to advance adaptive video monitoring. Adaptive video monitoring is a relatively new technology that is changing the world. It allows places to be monitored without the need for any human intervention whatsoever. A system called CIST is the perfect example of this. It is a behavioral recognition system as opposed to a rule-based one. Similar to how fraud detection systems works, CIST does not need to know anything about what suspicious behavior is. Rather, it just needs to be able to recognize what normal activity for a specific location is. It does this by learning patterns that regularly appear in the camera's view. Once it has recognized patterns, it can alert authorities anytime something unusual passes through its view. Although it may give some false alerts at first, as it learns, its results will become more and more accurate. In addition to this, video monitoring can be these types of video monitors can be moved from location to location without the need for any reprogramming. They will just simply need some time to adapt to their new environment. In addition to advancing video monitoring, artificial intelligence has also made great strides in facial recognition software. Facial recognition is a biometric software which can identify humans via video frame or digital image by comparing and analyzing specific patterns. There are many different types of systems which can accurately perform facial recognition, but most are constrained to very specific conditions. For example, some systems require that the face being analyzed look at the camera from a very specific angle. Some other stipulations include lighting and picture resolution. The purpose of a facial recognition software is to be able to create a face print, which is similar and just as unique as a fingerprint. But this is where artificial intelligence comes into play. Because facial features are made up of pixel-level patterns, Artificial neural networks are used to learn specific patterns in order to more accurately find and analyze unique attributes of a face. Most people have one or two distinct attributes which allow them to be easily identified, such as a large nose or prominent cheekbones. The brain does an extraordinary job of noticing and remembering these features, but training a machine to do the same is an entirely different story. By using artificial intelligence, the more faces a system processes leads to greater understanding of what features are truly unique and which ones are more common. Once a system has deemed a certain feature to be uncommon, it can place a much greater weight on that feature when creating the face print. Just as a fingerprint, once a face print has been created, it can then be used to compare it to other face prints in order to quickly spot an individual from a video or picture. This has provided law enforcement and government agencies with an invaluable resource which can monitor and track one individual's 24/7 from multiple locations without any need for human intervention. In conclusion, advancement of artificial intelligence is becoming more and more important. Artificial intelligence has made many crucial advancements which affect both individuals and society as a whole. The key attribute to artificial intelligence is that it can be implemented into nearly any field or subfield in order to accelerate advancement. We have seen how artificial intelligence can have a positive impact on both medicine and criminal justice by advancing such things as medical diagnosis systems, evidence-based medicine, adaptive video monitoring, and facial recognition. By advancing our knowledge of artificial intelligence, we are also providing benefits which can be used in many other fields. The overall advancement of artificial intelligence will build a better future for everyone. And there I have some references. Thank you.